Hey guys, what is up? So just a quick video today to invite you guys to participate in an experiment. I've had probably a dozen emails from different folks over the last couple of months stating that they're having a really hard time reaching the mind awake, body asleep state that's required to take advantage of the direct method for projection. And I totally get it. It took me like 6 months to learn how to keep my body or to keep my mind awake while letting my body fall asleep. It's a really hard thing to learn to do. So for those of you who have watched my channel for any period of time, you probably know I like to experiment, especially with these non-autonomous type methods, these external devices that I can try to use to induce projections or to train myself in this process. I've experimented with a Fitbit and the silent alarm. I've tied a little steel weight to my finger, and as I fall asleep, it drops from my hand and wakes me up. I practiced falling asleep with my arm propped up at the elbow, so I'd fall asleep and my arm would drop and wake me up repeatedly. And at one point, I actually even wrote an Android app where anytime I let go of the volume button on my phone, it would cause my phone to vibrate. So I'd fall asleep, my thumb would lift, and my phone would start vibrating. So the major flaw with a lot of these is that they require physical action, and physical action just is counterproductive to this entire process. It's really hard to reach these deep states of relaxation with your arm propped up like this, or with your phone or your thumb pressed down on a phone button. So I was racking my brain just trying to think, what can you do that's non-physical that could help train you, act as training wheels, for lack of a better term, to reach this mind-awake, body-asleep state. And this idea came to me as I was listening to the Wave 1 CD by the Monroe Institute. Bob Monroe provides this guided meditation. You walk through the scenario, and at the very end of the CD, or at this very end of this track, um, he plays some binaural beats, and they raise to a very high pitch, and they also raise to a very high frequency, probably in the beta or the gamma range. And you can just completely just fall asleep during the rest of this exercise. And when it gets to these binaural beats at the end, they ramp up, and it just wakes you up like that. And my mind is just crystal clear, and I'm wide awake. And it's incredible the effect that this audio has on my mind with this phenomenon, this frequency following response that your brain does. So it made me think, what if I were to be able to create a binaural beats file that maybe started up in the alpha range and then slowly brought you down into the theta range, and you can relax and potentially even fall asleep. And then after a while, it brings you back up into the alpha range, then back down and back up. But each time it brings you up, it would bring you back out just a little bit less. Eventually, it would just flatline right at the point where you're at the mind awake, body asleep state. And then the audio would fade out and just leave you in that state where you're in an ideal state or ideal position to perform a projection technique. So that's the thought behind this. And I've created the file. I've actually been testing it with a couple of different folks, and I'd like to open this up to the wider YouTube world, to you guys, and get more feedback from a wider audience. It seems to be working pretty well, but to be honest, I can't tell if it's working because I've already learned to reach these states or if it's really the audio that's doing the work. So that's where you guys come in. I'm going to create a playlist, and this will be one of the videos in the playlist. This is going to be sort of a background, the thought behind the process video, and then the other video will be the actual binaural beats file. I'm going to put a version number next to the binaural beats file so you can keep track of which version I'm on, because it's going to increment over time. And if you would, take that file or listen to it over and over again throughout a week, or a period of about a week. And do this during meditation, do this before bed, do it in the morning, use the wake back to bed method where you get up, you stay up for a while, and then you try using this file as you're going back to sleep. And then as you do that, take notes if you would, and then send me the write-up. I'm going to put my email address in the description below. And as I receive these notes and these write-ups from various individuals, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for common themes where you guys say, it would work a lot better if you did this, or it would be much more effective if you did that, or you took this out, or you put this in. I'm going to take those common themes, I'm going to make those changes to the file, and then I'll upload a new version, and then we'll start the process over again. And if this is effective, if this works, the end result is going to be a file that we can use to train for this mind awake, body asleep state. That's the end goal. And I should mention, if you listen to this file and you find that it does absolutely nothing for you and it's completely worthless, feel free to send me that as well. That's perfectly valid. I can't guarantee this is going to work, but I figured it's worth a try, and if it works, it's going to be amazing. And if it doesn't work, no harm done. So please participate if you've got time. I'd really appreciate any feedback that I get. So as always, like, comment, subscribe, help me build this community, and I look forward to hearing from you guys. I'll talk to you guys soon.